Welcome, everybody, to Aspen, Colorado, in the beautiful Rocky Mountains. This is professional Taekwondo. I'm Dave Shims, along with David Martin, 1985 gold medalist at the United States Olympic Festival. And David, tonight, we're going to see some of the best this sport has to offer.
Dave, you're going to see world champions, Olympic champions, national champions, giving you a display of dynamic kicking, flexibility, speed, power, everything that Taekwondo has to offer here at Pro TKD tonight.
It's going to be special. We're glad to have you with us. Without any further ado, let's go for some Pro TKD. This is Pro TKD. Tonight's guest ring announcer, Saturday Night Live's Tracy Morgan. And keeping the beat, the music of DJ Scribble. Pro TKD is brought to you in part by Woo Wear. It's what you need, it's what you want. Old Milwaukee, America's best tasting beer. And by The Gant, an exceptional destinations hotel condominium resort in the heart of Aspen. Master Doug Buchel will now explain the Pro TKD rules and scoring.
Welcome, everyone. This is the Pro TKD rules. We have a couple of target areas. Those target areas are above the waist and below the neck for kicking and punching. Okay, an example of this, roundhouse kick to the body. Okay, then punching to the body. All right, we get 3 points for a spinning kick to the body, back kick. A spinning roundhouse to the body, and not a bond. Okay, and a double kick to the body also gets 3 points. All right, we get 3 points for a kick to the head. Okay, that was an axe kick to the head. Now roundhouse kick to the head. All right, now for 5 points, spinning kick to the head. Okay, now a little combination. Those are the ways that you score points for Pro TKD tonight. I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
All right, Master Buchel. Are you guys ready for your first match? And it's on! In the red corner, we have Kevin McCullough, 160 pounds and ain't having it. 1996 U.S. team member, 97 world team member, second Pro TKD appearance. Give it up for Kevin McCullough in the house. Yeah, baby. And it's on. And it's on. In the blue corner, we have Andrew Roberts, 160 pounds of Let's Get It On. 4-time All-Army and Armed Forces champion. 3-time CISM Military Games team member. Let's give it up for Andrew Roberts!
3 rounds of 1:30 apiece and a premium on action tonight. No messing around.
That's right. We got Drew Roberts just coming off a silver medal at the Pan Am Olympic qualifier. And there he is, starts it off with a triple kick to Kevin McCullough. Spinning roundhouse kick. Kevin trying to push him to the corner. Kevin is known for pushing the action. And Drew coming in with a double kick. Kevin punching to the chest, barely missing the point on that one.
One thing you have to factor in here, too, the altitude here at Aspen, and that Roberts in blue is battling asthma.
Well, in 1:30 and 3 rounds, it shouldn't affect him too much, but with the asthma, it will have a slight impact, especially with the activity level that Kevin McCullough has. He never stops. And there's a back kick right to the midsection. We'll have to see if that has an impact on Andrew Roberts.
McCullough in the white, really taking it to Roberts, who's had a lot of experience internationally. He's a member of the United States Army.
Well, Kevin has also had a lot of international experience as a member of the U.S. national team in '96 and in the world team in 1997, where he went to the World Cup in Egypt. And he did lose a tough one in the quarterfinals, so he came home without a medal, but he lost a tough one to the eventual champion of Iran in the World Cup in 1997.
This is the first round of our first match of the evening. McCullough in white and Roberts in blue.
Roberts barely missing about 10 seconds ago with a back spinning kick to the head. Kevin McCullough going with the axe kick to the head.
Premium on action. Both landing with some pretty good blows there.
That's almost an even exchange. Andrew Roberts going to the head with an axe kick just a second ago. There he is with a spinning roundhouse kick, looking for those extra points to the body.
And there you have it, the end of our first round. And we spoke with both fighters, asking them to put their strategy in their own words. First, we'll hear from Kevin McCullough.
When I was a kid, I used to lay back, and I noticed I didn't win as much. And then all of a sudden, about 5-6 years ago, I just went straight in, you know, and ever since then, I've been getting the W's, made the team. I've been asked to do these events, and yeah, my strategy is pretty much go. And usually people are a little bit defensive when they play me because of that. And I'm good at fighting defensive fighters, so it all works in my favor. Yeah.
And what about Andrew Roberts and his plans? Take a listen.
Usually I try to fill him out the first round, and you know, once after that, usually have a feel of his game, and then try and pick him apart.
So here we go, headed into round number 2. And David, who do you have ahead?
Well, I've got Kevin McCullough ahead. He's been more active. He's been pushing the issue a little bit. Although Drew's been throwing a lot of kicks, Kevin's been landing more blows.
See on the official score count, it's McCullough leading 5-3.
And you can see some of the footwork there by Kevin McCullough, putting him in a position to get Drew back in the corner. Drew looking a little worn. That asthma could be having an effect. That back kick right there is going to make him breathe hard.
Who's been the truest in terms of their pre-fight strategy?
Well, I think, you know, that would have to be McCullough. He's non-stop. Drew said he'd like to feel him out a little bit, but Kevin's pushing the issue a little bit too much, I think, for Drew to get any kind of strategy going. Back spinning hook kick by Drew Roberts, going for the 5-point technique, which would give him a decided advantage in this match.
So a knockdown. Roberts goes down again. This is round 2 from the Wheeler Opera House in Aspen, Colorado.
Drew just missing with that axe kick. There goes Kevin pushing Drew into the corner again. Another back spinning hook kick going for McCullough's head, and Drew falls down. Notice how Kevin McCullough is staying in the center of the ring. His strategy is to stay in the center and push out from there wherever it goes. Those body punches do hurt. And a hard roundhouse kick to the head. Drew looks like he's out on his feet, and another one puts him down to the mat.
Doesn't look good for Roberts here.
Referee Han Lee counting in Korean, counting to 10. Korean being the international language for Taekwondo. And it doesn't look like Drew Roberts is going to make it up.
Crowd trying to pick him up, but not enough.
That's it. Count of 10 reached. Match over.
So Kevin McCullough, big winner, knockout here in the second round.
And here's the replay. We have the second shot, the roundhouse kick to the head, the one that put him down on the mat.
When we come back, we'll have Master Doug Fuchsell with an inside look at tactical TKD.
The most frequently used kick in Taekwondo is the roundhouse kick. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Hi-ya! Now in normal speed. Hi-ya! My opponent's counter to that is a double roundhouse. The sequence looks like this. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! My response to his double kick would be a back spinning hook kick. The sequence looks like this. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Watch for these combinations, both targeted to the body and to the head in the Pro TKD matches.
The next match we have tonight, in the red corner, we have Danny Kim, 120 pounds, 2-time U.S. national champion, 2-time U.S. Olympic team member. Danny Kim. In the blue corner, we have Hyun Lee, 120 pounds, 3-time U.S. Olympic team member, World Championship bronze medalist, Hyun Lee.
Hyun Lee from San Diego, California, stands 5'5", 120. He's in the blue. And in the red is Danny Kim, 5'7", 120 pounds from Honolulu.
Yeah, Danny just won the national championship this year in Ames, Iowa, and was second place at the U.S. team trials. And a beautiful cut kick, back spinning hook kick by Hyun Lee to open the round.
Boy, we were talking about premium of action. They're going for it right here.
Well, this is Danny Kim. He wanted this match. He wanted to fight who he called the legend, Hyun Lee. He grew up watching Hyun compete, Hyun being a 3-time national champion. He wanted to fight Hyun and see how he could do. He considers Hyun the best.
Well, for a youngster who considers himself the protege going against his hero, you got to like the way he's taking it to Lee.
Yeah, he's not showing him giving him any quarter. He's showing him that he's here to fight. He's not here just to give him too much respect. And here's that cut kick, back spinning hook kick to open the round. Just missing Danny Kim's head.
Good shot by Danny to get out of the way. Here's Dan going after him again.
And there we are picking up the action. We got Hyun. They're in a clinch right now. Danny just moving backwards, throwing 2 kicks in the span of less than a second. Moving backwards, trying to get away from Hyun Lee.
Second match of the evening. First round. Hyun Lee in the blue, Daniel Kim in the red.
Yeah, Hyun's piling up some one-point shots here.
We're in the final seconds of our first round. Hyun Lee against Daniel Kim. Kim, a gold medalist at the World Collegiate Trials and a member of the World Cup team. Let's get a closer look at Danny Kim.
When I start training, I like to focus on my opponent. And that way, I get myself ready, psyched up. When I step into the ring, there's no excuses. I know what's to be done. I've studied my opponent. I've studied myself. And the only thing I have to do is just perform, produce. In early competitions, my training consists of I used to go for long periods of time, maybe 6 to 8 hours, just going over form, trying to get my form perfect, the right technique. If I saw somebody who had an awesome kick or awesome technique, I would study it until I had it. Now, as I mature as a fighter and as a Taekwondo martial artist, I like to keep it short and simple, short and sweet. That way I don't get burnt out or anything. Basically, I think my opponent's myself. If I'm disciplined enough, if I prepared enough for the fight, no matter the outcome, win or lose, if I knew I prepared well, then I'm proud of myself. But of course, we always like to win.
Some good insights into Danny Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. Danny Kim credits a lot of his success to his mom. She's been a very strong influence in his life.
This is round 2 of our second match of the evening. Ooh, look at that by Hyun Lee.
Hyun Lee starting again with a cut kickback spinning kick. Danny Kim with a back kick right there. The interesting thing about Hyun Lee and that technique was he did the same thing on the opposite side to open the first round. Incredible amount of skill.
How'd you have that scored after the first round?
At the end of the first round, we ended up having it Danny Kim leading by 1 point over Hyun Lee, 6-5. Hyun's going to push the action a little bit. You can see that coming in with a cut kick to Danny's lower section, his hip area, taking his center of gravity away and knocking him on the ground.
Now Daniel Kim, he's in red. Hyun Lee in the blue.
Daniel Kim, axe kick to the face. Daniel Kim going to pile up some points with that one. It's going to be interesting to see if the judges give him a 5-point score for a jumping kick to the head or just a 3-point score. We're not sure if his feet were on the ground when he launched that technique.
Both men airborne on that one, on that exchange.
Danny Kim glancing over at the score to see where he stands. Hyun Lee standing in the center of the ring, getting ready to push the action as is his style.
This is round number 2, 3 90-second rounds in our matches tonight.
Daniel Kim, hard shot to the body. That's going to take some energy out of Hyun Lee. At this altitude and that kind of hard body shot, Hyun's going to be looking for oxygen at the end of round 2.
Tell you what, you get hit like that, such a quick blow. It's a real stunner, isn't it? Hyun Lee out of San Diego, California. Let's get a closer look.
Through the knowledge that I achieved from competing internationally, that gives me a lot of confidence to do what I do. As in competing wise, I'm very sure of it. I'm very positive of it. I believe that my kicks are the strongest kicks in the world, and I don't think no one's gonna kick the way I kick or punch the way I punch.
Gotta love the confidence of these two gentlemen, Daniel Kim in red, Hyun Lee in blue, and a reminder that the judges score at the end of each round, and it's not
a flying side
instantaneous.
kick, excuse me, Dave. That was a flying side kick by Danny Kim.
Look at Hyun Lee.
Hyun Lee's really going to have to pile on the points at this point. That was a low shot, a spinning roundhouse kick by Hyun Lee. Daniel Kim attempting the under kick, and here it is. Here's Hyun with the spinning roundhouse kick. A closer look at the actual impact of that right to the groin area. Not sure if it hit him right on the cup, but definitely a large bruise he's going to have on the inside of his thigh.
Not for the squeamish. Daniel Kim pushing the action here against Hyun Lee.
As you can see, we have a score of 14-6 in favor of Danny Kim. He really piled on the points with some more difficult techniques. The more difficult the technique, the higher the score.
5 points spinning. You get 5 points for spin or a jumping kick to the head. And we've seen a lot of airborne action here in this match.
These two are definitely high flyers. Daniel Kim, a few minutes ago, a flying side kick attempt at Hyun Lee's head. He's pushing the action. He feels that he can beat his idol. Hyun Lee in the blue has to push the action right now. Daniel Kim, double roundhouse kick, setting up kind of a trapping motion. He got Hyun Lee coming in and hit him with the back kick, then fell to the mat.
Certainly not an abundance of awe from Danny Kim. He has a lot of respect for Hyun Lee, but he's gone after him.
He came here to win. Altitude or not, he came here to win, and that's the end of round 3. I think you're going to see Danny Kim with a victory here.
Look at Lee, bent over. He took some shots and feeling the effects right now at this altitude.
Absolutely.
Red 17, blue 11. Red wins.
So your winner is Danny Kim out of Honolulu, Hawaii. He defeats Hyun Lee of San Diego, California. Coming up with Pro TKD, the exciting artistry of Shannon and Brian Gallagher. Welcome back, everybody. A change of pace as we present the artistry of 14-year-old Shannon Gallagher and her 12-year-old brother Brian. Worldwide fame out of Cody, Wyoming. Taekwondo movements choreographed and synchronized to music. Let's sit back and enjoy.
Shannon and Brian.
David, those Gallagher kids were terrific, weren't they?
Oh, they're absolutely terrific. They put a real lot of hard work into all their training.
Now for the big guys, the heavyweights, Ryan Fredericks in blue and Todd Tatamy in the white.
That's right. When you say big guys, you're not kidding. Todd Tatamy at approximately 285 pounds. Ryan at about 240 in the blue. And you'll see a lot of the movements you saw the smaller guys do, you'll see some of these bigger guys doing. It's amazing that they move that fast. Right there, Ryan, straight off the line, roundhouse kick to Todd's midsection.
Some big guys showing a lot of quickness, and boy, I tell you what, you'd want them on your side, that's for sure.
Actually, I think they wanted Todd in the NFL. He's that big.
Fight it out, let's go.
Ryan, Todd in the middle punching there. Those punches take a lot out of you, especially in the heavyweight division. They punch so hard. Ooh, a hard back kick from Ryan Frederick and a back spinning kick to Todd's head, narrowly missing. That would have been a 5-point technique in Ryan's favor.
I'm amazed at the agility. Somebody that big, 6'2", 225, they list him at those numbers, that he can get that leg up so high.
Oh, his flexibility is incredible, especially for a man his size. And he's only 21 years old. We call him a man, but he's only 21 years old. He is the future heavyweight of Taekwondo in the United States.
First round action, the heavyweights.
Front leg axe kick to Todd's face. That's going to give Ryan a boost in points. At least a 3-point technique there. Todd's been working a roundhouse kick to the body, 1-point shot here and there.
Ryan Fredericks explains how Taekwondo changed his life. Give a listen.
I was born in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. I live in a little community called Bovoni. I moved to Florida when I was about 10 years old. I like fighting. And that's the main thing. Everything else that came along with it didn't grab my interest very much. But I tend to lose interest, and then my instructor just pulled me to the side and he told me, you need to find something that you really like and enjoy about this in order for you to stay in it. So I was getting bored pretty quick. And then I started going to a couple tournaments and I enjoyed it, so I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. So just took off from there. In a win and lose situation, pain is just non-existent. I try to ignore my pain and hide my pain or anything from my opponent. I just like that feeling to get in there man to man and see who comes out on top.
Ryan Fredericks, and we'll have more of our heavyweight match right after these messages. Welcome back, everybody. Todd Tatamy in the left, Ryan Fredericks in the blue. Can you believe it? For guys so big and so powerful and explosive, they're so soft-spoken.
Absolutely. That soft-spokenness came through in a moving back double kick into a back hook kick to Todd's head. But yeah, Ryan is such a nice young man. He's very, very calm. He's very humble, and he's not very loud and obnoxious, as you might think with some people. He is just a tremendous athlete and a tremendous person.
Both of these young men definitely carry the badge of TKD very well here, too. In that first round, who did you have ahead?
Well, I had Ryan ahead on my unofficial scorecard, 7-2, but apparently the judges didn't see it that way. The judges sitting in the corners had Ryan, didn't give Todd any points, and have Ryan up 7-0 at this point. Todd's got a lot of work cut out for him.
When you're behind in a situation like this, you got to score quickly. You got to get a couple of 5-pointers coming up here, right? That's the end of round number 2. Todd Tedemy, big guy from Battle Creek, Michigan. Let's learn some more about him.
What I like about the sport is the individual competitiveness. Majority of the time, your worst opponent is yourself. Every opponent is a formidable, strong opponent. I've lost matches because I've underestimated. My intention is not to underestimate anybody. I'm a competitor. I thrive on competition. To me, everything is a competition, so I look forward to challenges and competition.
Todd Tedemy, third and final round. Here we go from Aspen, Colorado. On your scorecard, who do you have, David?
I've got Ryan way ahead at this point, at least a double-digit lead. What Todd has to do is not rely on the one-point kicks, 1 point to the body, a basic round kick to the body. Ryan can just sit here and flow through this round and kick to the body. Todd needs to do a spinning kick to the body, or jumping or spinning to the head. He needs to get himself up on points, throw those techniques that are going to gain in points, not fall behind.
And as you say that, Ryan Fredericks in the blue, he goes down.
Absolutely. Ryan moving back kick to Todd's midsection, but still scoring points. The judges have him up 11-1. As I said, a double-digit lead. He's up by 10 points at this time. Todd's going to have to score some major points. That one right there could have been one. A step forward back kick. We call that a 360 back kick in Taekwondo, pushing Ryan out of the ring.
Fredericks is winning, is ahead, but boy, I tell you what, it looks like he's gasping for air. It looks like he's in a little bit of trouble.
Well, I'll tell you, if this round lasts too long, he is going to be in big trouble, because what happens is Todd's punching to the body, and a man that size, 280-plus pounds, hits you, it's going to take something out of you.
Third and final round of our heavyweight matchup. Wheeler Hopper House. That's a good shot there.
Spinning roundhouse kick to the ribs. Todd seems to be favoring his left arm. It might have been injured when Ryan backed it.
Going to break down on the final totals here. Our heavyweight matchup. Good luck with Todd Tedemy.
Ryan 7, blue wins.
So Ryan Fredericks victorious in the heavyweight division. Pro TKD will continue from Aspen right after this. Pro TKD is brought to you in part by The Gant, an exceptional destinations, hotels, condominium resort in the heart of Aspen. WooWear, it's what you need, it's what you want. And by Swain Sports Mat, the ultimate martial arts mat. All right, that'll do it for our Pro TKD for this evening here in Aspen, Colorado. David, great display of the martial arts this evening.
Absolutely, a fantastic display of dynamic kicking, respect of the athletes. You saw them helping each other up off the mat when they were falling down. But the activity, the action we saw here is definitely bodes well for the United States for the Olympics in 2000.
That it does.
Here at Pro TKD.
That it does. For David Martin, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us here in Aspen, Colorado. We'll see you next time.